Hi guys, welcome to Talking Gems.
Hi, I'm Onyx.
I am Phoenix.
Alasia.
And I'm Lauren.
And today we're going to be ranking Rihanna best albums. And we're going to be battling it out like we did with the Pop Girlies episode. You guys should go check that out. Sorry, I'm kind of tired. But we're going to be battling out between Anti, Talk That Talk, Loud, and Unapologetic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We acknowledge that, there's 7 albums total?
Yeah.
Yes.
7, 8.
So
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No.
What? Okay.
I was counting years. 2005, 2006.
I was like, what are these albums? I was like, what are these numbers coming
12?
from?
Yeah, so we have the two new ones, Go Go Bad, rated R. It's 8.
It's 8.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I know that some people, these are the top 4 that we chose, but
These aren't her top albums. These are just the top 4.
I mean,
wait, what are the top 4 then?
Good and bad people love. I think I think
okay.
albums are subjective. I don't think.
No, I think it's subjective. I'm gonna say this is our top 4.
Oh,
can we say that? Okay, let's not say that exactly.
Well, these are the ones. Okay, let's say these are the ones we chose our favorites, and these are the 4 we end up.
Okay, that's true. We can say these are our top 4.
But individually, not together.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
okay.
And I kind of finessed it to make sure that mine got in there.
That's true.
Okay.
So, because it was going to be rated R instead of unapologetic, but then I made sure unapologetic got in.
Okay.
Okay.
But either way, we all got to choose each album. So I chose Talk That Talk because I feel like that's a hated album, but
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't keep
When
up
it
with.
first came out, people hated that album. But I remember me being 12. I was like, this is a bomb album. It low-key made me a Rihanna fan, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But what album did you guys choose out of the 4?
Did we have a Candid Nonsense? We didn't have a Candid Nonsense, did we?
Oh, we did.
No. Did we decide on one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Are we skipping past it?
No,
are we
we
not
should
doing
actually
it?
do a Candid
Well, at least can we
Nonsense.
acknowledge though, all 4 of us are in the stew today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm still doing finals, but
Okay.
I'm pushed through it.
Yeah.
But let's just acknowledge what albums you guys chose, and then we can head into our Candid Nonsense.
What do you mean? Like which ones we did? Which ones we're battling?
Yeah.
I did Anti. Yes.
Ew.
Yeah, that's the one I will be fighting for today, which I don't know if it's going to be much of a fight, honestly, because we all know I'm a pure soul. And
Gosh.
that's not my field.
It's so funny because I feel like people listening to a podcast I wonder what their perceptions of our personalities are. Because I feel like Alasia comes across a certain way through our podcast than she is in
Authentic.
Very butterfly mermaids, but in reality,
I think you I'm trying to
Jaguar.
think about who would they think is the meanest.
Authentic.
The person calling themselves authentic. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
It's always the most authentic.
I'm just happy you guys can finally see my faces
Yeah.
now whenever she says something, because behind
I think
the
we're
camera,
okay.
I was like, what is
I'd
this
be
attack
making
on
faces.
Alasia? What is
No,
this
honestly, I
attack
think we're making me out to be a villain right now,
Yeah.
and I don't think we need to do
Shut up,
that.
Onyx.
I don't
She's
think
a
we need
middle
to.
She's love instigating or trying to middle child syndrome to the max.
Okay, well.
Anyway, back to So she chose
so Anti.
I have Loud.
You did unapologetic.
No,
Yes.
because, okay, so the whole reason was I was going to choose Loud, right? But then Lauren's just like, I'm going to choose rated R. And I was like, I want unapologetic in this conversation. And so, because she wanted Loud too. So then I was like, no, okay, you take Loud because then I want unapologetic. Rated R, I'm sorry. That's how I felt. So,
Also, I listened to that entire album before anybody told me we weren't doing that one.
I'm sorry.
I spent time, and y'all were texting, and I was like, I didn't know we were doing Loud.
I don't think
No,
you got
I
the
finessed
gist of the
it.
conversation.
Yeah.
Because it was
Okay.
like, Onyx said Loud, but I know she really loves Unapologetic, but I was like, I only know the singles from that album, but I listened to Rated R fully before, but I've never fully listened to Unapologetic. So I was like, I'd rather just do Rated R because I know it better.
Yeah, and then I was like,
She
no.
felt like it was a personal attack on her.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she switched it. So I'm doing Loud and she's doing Unapologetic.
Okay. Okay, I was not informed.
The reason I just feel like Good Girl Gone Bad is a crowd pleaser. People seem to really love that album.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree.
Which cover?
That's the album that made her big.
Rihanna.
That's Umbrella.
That one. That's that one. Okay.
Shut up and drive.
That's that. Okay.
Yeah.
Disturbia. Don't Stop the Music.
Oh,
She has some bop. No, that's
the one
a
with
bop.
I should have listened to
album.
that.
It's such a bop album.
I
think
you said you listened to it.
No, she's listened to Rated R.
Rated R.
Yes,
Okay.
okay.
Sorry.
I got scared again for a second.
But okay, so for our candid nonsense, what did we want to get into, Lauren?
I just feel like this past weekend, the weekend of, I don't know, what's today's date?
23rd.
November
22nd.
22nd.
Yeah. This is like, it's going to come out. We recorded this a while ago from what you guys are going to hear. But I just feel like everyone and their mama dropped music. Like, this is, Meg dropped her album. And then I feel like there was a battle, like, they're not doing it on purpose, but in my head, there is a white collab battle happening with Dua and Miley versus Justin and Sean.
Yes.
Okay, guys, remember, I think it was a couple podcasts ago when we said that we were no longer Shawn Mendes, but
Yes. We rebuked him. We said,
no, we can never be.
I'm no longer supporting him.
Yeah, no, we were going off and off. We watched the video, and
I have it.
his arms in his tank top.
Okay,
That's it. Like, that's it.
I have to come out and say I have not watched the video.
Have you listened to the song yet?
I haven't listened to the song
Okay.
yet.
The only reason I wouldn't have known about it if it weren't for Onyx.
Yeah,
so.
I know. Onyx was fangirling on our Twitter.
Were you?
Yeah. She sent me the tweet. She's like, should I post this? She was like, this white chocolate Canadian men,
I saw
they
that.
wilding out. Can we give them a round of applause? I was like, can you not
White
make it seem like white men whores?
I didn't need to be honest.
the white chocolate really got me.
Wait, you tweeted
I
that?
saw that in the morning.
I was being sarcastic.
I saw that in the AM. I woke up
but,
and your
like-
tweet was at the top. So I woke up to
And-
white chocolate
Canadian.
Canadian. And
I said white chocolate
this
Canadian
is Onyx
kings.
who post. This is definitely Onyx. And wow, this is how we're
It's so
starting.
funny because it's like if people knew like how I was typing it, I'm straight face white chocolate Canadian. But it's funny to me because first off, the song was good. I wasn't
It was a good song.
expecting
Really
it
good
to be
song.
good.
Yeah.
Really
And also, it's like I never thought a Justin and Sean collab would happen, and they've both been on this wave where they wanted to do like
You
R&B.
guys are making me want to listen to this song now.
Oh, you
I've
gotta
been
listen.
so
It's a good
slow
song.
to listen
Watch
to
the
lyrics.
video.
No,
Look,
the video.
you know how much we've been like,
Like,
we're not
gonna support.
This song is changed.
I've
So
been
I
saying
don't
it to
know,
other
like,
people too. I've been going around saying I'm not a Shawn Mendes
Yeah,
fan.
And
And now I gotta tell people again that I am.
I was upset. It was just great. Like it was good,
The music video
consistent,
was good.
and
They did nothing. They did nothing the whole video.
No,
but he looked fine.
It's
But he looked
just
fine.
the attitude
Shawn
that they
Mendes
both
is
were
fine.
giving.
It was
This is
giving.
reminds me
It
of
was giving.
Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
This is when I saw it. I said, "This is literally, Wild Things." Rihanna, Bryson Tiller, DJ Khaled, towards the end when they're all just standing around, just like, yeah, we the
Sean,
like
Justin
boom,
is singing.
boom.
Sean's just in the back. Going,
Yes, and both of them are like on this platform, just walking around, like
doing nothing, not a
Just
thing.
nothing
Just his
special.
curls flying in the wind.
It was giving like black energy.
It's white chocolate.
But I hate that I'm saying this. But
I hate it too.
That's what it was. I was like, these are black men.
And like none of them are with black women.
I really feel like DJ
They're
Khaled
not
was
with black
directing
women
it.
at all.
Like I feel like DJ Khaled was like Sean. When
That's
you're in the
what was
background,
hurting.
just hit your arms and kind of walk around.
Somebody was guiding him through it because he didn't know.
He was just like,
I've never seen Sean so ethnic before in my life.
You know what? It gave me. We made it. This is our. We are
just-
veterans in the
yeah.
game, and we are the top
We made
white male
music.
artists right
I
now.
feel like-
And it's like they. I guess what I liked. I didn't feel like they were trying to be black.
No,
Because sometimes I feel like they're trying to be black, or like
Yeah.
you can get that feeling.
I got that vibe from the pop star video when that DJ Khaled song
Yeah.
with
I haven't seen
Drake
Yeah, Justin.
and Justin. I was like, okay, Justin, like he wasn't acting like black, quote unquote, but he was just like
Being him.
he was just like had swag. I was like, oh, Justin really
growing
had
up,
swag.
I felt like sometimes he was trying to fit in.
Yes,
And now I feel like he just accepted
before
who he was.
doing, because he was hanging out with the little twists and the blah blah
Yeah.
blah. He's like, yeah, guys, gang, we do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the N-word.
Oh,
And they both
I saw that
have
video
said the N-word
resurface
in the
other day.
past. And
Shawnee boy.
well, yeah, he was like, I guess like 13, 14. Like they both did it when they were young, and they
everybody
thought it was cool and it was in, and they're Canadian. So it's like that's why I wasn't trying to be fans of them. Yeah, I wasn't trying to be fans of them, but they both apologized, and we're just
they're gonna say we're white men apologists.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
And then
man.
what you call it? Because I think of even J-Lo, like she said the N-word, and then she had to apologize because they were.
But J-Lo,
she still said the N-word.
J-Lo still say it.
I don't. You think she
No,
still
I
said it?
literally saw
I
it.
seen a
I
video
saw
of her
an
saying the
interview.
N-word. She was in the club. She was singing the song. She was like,
She did an interview where she was like, he was like, I think she was on Big Boy or something. It was like, if something and someone else was drowning, who would you save? And she was like, let both them niggas drown.
Okay. I guess J-Lo's not the best, but sometimes I feel like I guess she's not the best.
Yeah, I was like, whoop, okay, so let's roll that back.
We all just go with 10 times
Okay,
J-Lo said it.
I was like, ooh, I didn't know. I thought she apologized and was like, oh, because I'm surrounded by the people and these people told me I can say it. Because I know Justin, Lil Twist, and Khalil, they were typing him up.
Yeah.
Like, go say it. And then J-Lo was like, Ja Rule told me to say it. I was nervous.
nah.
And
So-
J-Lo was like,
from-
yeah, I told her to say, I wrote them words.
I'm sorry,
But
she's from the Bronx. I don't
Yeah,
trust.
listen,
Yeah.
I
them
don't.
from the
okay,
Bronx.
well, with like Justin and Sean, sometimes I try not to like show my like support. But then I just feel like, especially Justin Bieber, he's been really active on social media, like really apologetic.
Oh.
Yeah, about like the mistakes he's made and be like, oh, Black Lives Matter. He like randomly, he'll go out his way to post things.
You know, I believe him.
And
I
the
believe
lyrics,
it too.
guys,
Yeah.
if you were listening
was
to
so
the
long
lyrics
ago.
of
It
the
was
song,
good.
he's like, they put me in a pedestal when I was 15, and they like woke me up. He was like, and I take ownership for everything I've done. And, like in the lyrics, you can.
Are we trying too hard?
Okay.
I know.
Are we trying
White
too
men
hard?
apologists.
Okay.
Are we
They'll be
trying
in the
too hard?
comments.
Okay,
You guys are
Dua
white men
Miley.
apologists.
Dua Miley.
Okay,
so
Dua Miley.
Dua Miley, I feel like was the other white duo that dropped a song that gave a different vibe, because I feel like the other song, Justin and Sean was going with the emotional heartbreak, ooh, you know, and then their Dua and Miley are hitting that
It was
rock, sexual energy.
I think of
Yeah.
Say Gissy
It's
Cherry.
It's a great song. Yeah.
It's a great song. I think just because of Corona, I don't enjoy the music video as much as I would a year ago.
Yeah.
Just because there's just so much breath, I think, involved, or in licking, and I know everybody probably got tested. It just makes me visually, anytime I just see that, it's just.
My problem with the video was that, as far as I know, Dua Lipa is a straight woman. Yes. I got performative bisexuality vibes from it.
That's what I was really hoping. That's why I was really hoping she wasn't. I was like,
no, she could. I don't know.
I've
I don't
literally
know.
never heard. That's the thing.
That's true.
For how big she is, I haven't heard the gay community like claim her. And usually
Or
they
even
always-
her say anything. So
Yeah,
as far as, I mean, we shouldn't be
You never
assuming
know.
anybody's sexual orientation, but
if she's not.
we don't, as far as everybody else has assumed she's straight, she hasn't said anything otherwise. And to me, it just rubbed me the wrong way. That it's the same with like remember when Rita Ora and like Cardi B did those songs, and like all those other like
But isn't
when
Cardi
Rihanna and Shakira,
kinda-
when Rihanna.
I mean, because Miley's on the spectrum.
But see, that's the thing. Miley's queer, right? But then, and that's why I was going back for, I was like, does that make it like okay? Because like, you know, Miley's very out and like queer and everything. Dua Lipa, nobody. We all assume that she's straight, you know?
That's true.
So I don't know. It rubbed me the wrong way. I felt odd about it. But
It could come off a little performative.
That's true.
But
But I
then
also
like
want to
two
know who's
hot
the director behind it.
I
Because
honestly,
then that's still
that's what I'm saying. I
yeah.
want to know who's the director behind it, because they like to use women as sexual
Yeah,
objects.
because
still.
that's like a common thing. Usually, a lot of times when girls do songs together,
Rihanna, Shakira did it.
their music videos tend to
Yeah.
be them like touching on each other sometimes and like being very close and like sensual.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I don't mind it, but I never think about it like, oh,
You're queer
if you're
baiting.
actually, because they're just trying to get clicks because they know people, oh, they're two hot girls touching on each
Yeah.
other, even if they really aren't into it.
Yes.
Or like,
That was one of the new things I feel like personal growth of the last year that like I've seen a lot of like queer baiting things, people bringing up that in the last year, and I was like, you know, I never thought of it. I just kind of sat back and enjoy it or like whatever, but it does dawn on me like, yeah, you know, this is gonna get the clicks, this is gonna get the likes
I
by
think-
pretending. Even though you know you're straight.
Kehlani and Victoria Monet kind of did that, but their situation was legit. But they just both agreed we're gonna make money off of it. So everyone knows.
I don't think it's the same when it's queer. It's not the same when it's queer
gay.
women.
Yeah.
But they knew what they were doing online
But it's
to
not-
get the clicks. That's
Okay,
still
but
queer
the
baiting, but it's
difference-
not
They're actually queer.
But also, it's
They're
yeah,
just using past drama. They've been.
and it's not really queer baiting because they're just queer. They're
Yeah.
not baiting, and that's just their life.
I
Plus-
thought, but okay, I think it's not the same because they're not pretending to be something they're not, but they were making sure to kind of make a spectacle online because they knew people wanted to see this.
But then that's the same with like straight people that do that.
Yeah.
But I,
and
still
I don't
it's
think
baiting.
that's
It's still baiting people to get.
But
clicks.
it's not what. But queer baiting, that term is because it's for straight people.
It's
who
for
do, it's like
especially
oh,
when
oh,
they
it's
do
just
the
straight-
two
yes,
women.
because-
It's the male gaze that they're going for.
Yes,
That's it's
compared to,
not.
Oh, really?
It's the
male
I
gaze,
just
yeah.
assumed it was any time they felt like they can get people to look at something.
No, because
No.
that when straight couples, like say a straight couple who date, like Camilla and Sean, like them doing a song together, that's that's gonna get more clicks because they're dating. That's just like a thing. that they're doing.
publicity
Yeah,
stunt.
but queer baiting, that terminology stems from straight
Like you could
people.
say, Kehlani and Haley Kiyoko did the song and they like kissed him. That wasn't queer baiting. That was just the story of the music
Yeah.
video.
Yes.
Same with like Bryson Tiller.
I think
and
that's
Kalani
different.
kissing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think that's different than what Kehlani and Victoria Monet did. Because it was like just the build up behind it.
But that's not.
That's
But
like
they're
a
not,
PR
but they're not
stunt,
trying to use it
though.
because they're gay. They're just using it because of a past relationship.
Yeah.
That's the difference. They're trying to use the relationship
Okay.
or their fling to get the attention. But they're not like, oh, because you're a woman, I'm a woman. That's is what's gonna get. It's like no.
No,
we had
yeah,
a
I
past
see the
relationship.
I see the difference. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, so I don't know. I saw that. I felt weird about it. But I don't know, but
The
I
song
still
was
like I
fire.
still love the song was great.
Yeah.
I learned that I'm attracted to Miley Cyrus with It's the Mullet. It's the mullet.
And I'm
I
like, the
didn't-
mullet got you.
Yeah, it's because it's the new like the new TikTok. Y'all probably aren't on lesbian TikTok. It's the new like
No, I
lesbian
know.
TikTok
Wait,
thing.
that's a
I've
thing.
seen-
Mullets.
Yes, it's been in.
And I hate that I love it.
I like Miley's
I think
mullet.
she's rocking it, but it wouldn't
looks
make me
good.
attracted.
Remember-
I would
it
have
was-
been attracted to her before the mullet.
I remember I
no.
rolled in an
I-
Uber
'cause
with
I-
a woman with a mullet, and I was like,
Not
oh my.
everybody does it correctly.
I was like, dang, I'm in the 80s. Like,
It depends on the mullet, depends on the vibe. I don't know. It's how many earrings you got. Are your shoulder as your
just feel-
sleeves cuffed?
pretty
like,
privilege.
I-
Pretty
I
privilege.
think that's what it is, and I
That's
think
what
I
it
fall for
is.
it all the
Yes,
time.
you do.
I do.
Yeah, I do
Okay,
think
I
it
also
is.
realized that's never mind. I feel like I like too many white women, but that's a whole different thing. Anyways,
okay.
I learned when I saw Miley, I was like,
therapy
that's
session.
too many white. That's too many white women on my list. So anyways, as you were saying, I'm sorry.
Okay. Any other candid nonsense that we wanted to talk about
mean-
before we wrap it up?
I think that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
So, first things first. Who want to start with
Opening statements.
opening
Okay,
statements?
is that how we're doing this?
Yes.
God.
Who wants to lead the
stressed.
charge in this battle conversation? Or like, should we set like rules? Should it be the same type of rules we did with pop girlies? Or should it be a little bit different since it's not as we don't have stats and all that necessarily?
I mean, like I have my stats because but as I said, I was doing research for Loud, right? And I like to kind of like, while you're doing research for your own album, you kind of notice other people's albums, right? So I'm glad I did stats for Loud because Loud has the stats. So people like talk that talk and unapologetic. I mean, you guys didn't do stats research, but that's okay because, I mean, is it there? I don't.
But I have a comeback already. Taylor Swift is on top of billboards.
What?
Do we like her music?
No, I'm just saying. You guys didn't do stats. Maybe you seem like
Don't bring up
I have
Tay
stats.
Swift.
Just saying, you know.
No, I'm just saying stats aren't everything.
But within, yes, that's not everything. But that's also was comparing like different artists and how they're treated in industry. This is one.
Me and Pinks will go into it because also during this time of Unapologetic and Talk That Talk,
There's a lot of controversy.
She was already going through a lot of things, so she was losing fans, and there was a lot of strife.
Okay.
Doing those albums.
Okay.
But yeah, go into your stats.
Oh, start with stats now?
Yeah, we can start with stats.
Or we could just start,
general statement
general
first.
statements about your album. Why did you choose it, and
Stop
why it's the
looking at me.
best?
Okay,
I'm not going.
Yeah, let's start with anti since it's the most recent.
yeah.
Oh, I literally said I did not want to go first.
Yeah, it's the most recent album. Let's kick it off.
I don't.
All right.
Okay, opening statements as in, so I chose Anti. I listened to all 4 of the albums. I listened to Anti twice back to back. I think Anti might be my favorite album.
I'm glad.
Okay.
That's the one
Why
you
are
chose.
glad? I mean, it wasn't like I chose.
No,
okay,
I'm just playing.
Yeah, I think Anti actually might be my favorite album. Yeah, I'm proud of her. I'm proud of that album. I'm proud of what she did. I'm proud of the feelings I felt from it. And I think it stands next to the other ones, you know?
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'll go next. Okay. So, Unapologetic is one of, if not Rihanna's greatest albums. She took a risk on this album. Talk about music fusion. She didn't just stick to one genre, and she's always played up this. Okay, I'm gonna appeal to the EDM pop, rock,
I didn't realize how
fusion,
EDM
R&B.
Unapologetic was.
Yes. So she did that and mixed in R&B feels and vocals, and so she was like brought this R&B style on top of these EDM beats. And usually, like her past albums, she kind of like stuck to like that pop vocalist and like that certain wave. And then Unapologetic, she took a musical risk. Her producers, they were trying to be different, and she just fused everything that she liked into one album.
You could tell.
You can tell.
I liked it. I love the risk. I love the flavor. It wasn't boring.
Flavor.
It was not boring. You're always going to be entertained. She had great features. She has a controversial feature. And you know that people were not checking for her at this time, but she still maintained relevancy. Like some of her biggest hits were on this album. Diamonds, Stay. And that, so yeah, that's Unapologetic.
Okay. That was pretty strong.
That was
We are in a battle.
I mean, your passion was strong.
it was
your passion
strong.
behind it was strong.
Yeah.
Whether it's correct or not is debatable.
Yeah.
But you
Did
know,
she take risks? But
I mean, you know,
did they work out? Were they?
But you
actually
have to
successful?
defend the album.
But yeah.
So I
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
I understand the words that came out
Understand
of
this
your
is
mouth.
a battle, guys. So we're fighting to the
Okay,
death.
who's next?
I have Talk That Talk. I chose this album because I think it's highly underrated. It usually gets a lot of flack from Rihanna stans. I remember when it first came out, people hated this album. But
Why?
people were like, Rihanna needs to take a break. This is not it. Oh my gosh, girl. It's time to call it quits. This is not it. And mind you, this is just like a few years after her little incident. But like, we won't name. Let's just say that. And interesting enough, the one we won't name was on this album.
And he was also on Unapologetic as well.
Yeah, I
But
noticed
That's
that.
why
That's
why these are the most controversial.
That's why this was a controversial album. But they re-released this album in that particular track without him. That's why it's only 1:18 long.
Oh,
But
but on the deluxe.
on the deluxe. But you can't find the remix on YouTube. I think most people know what it is, especially Black people.
Cake,
Okay.
cake.
Okay, but I'm gonna go on. I believe this is one of Rihanna's most successful radio albums because everywhere you went, You the One was playing. Where Have You Been was playing on the radio. Like, it was so EDM pop heavy, but also had like a little hip hop flair to it, which I love so much. And I think Rihanna is really good at introducing new sounds and new like waves into the pop arena. So she's always the one to bring it first and like make it kind of popular for the time. And I think she really did that with Talk That Talk, and people weren't really ready for that sound. But
What sound?
it was like an EDM hip hop mix. It was like
Okay.
a fusion.
For the whole album, you're saying?
Yeah, for the whole album.
Okay.
And then Farewell was a good little ballad that people love.
I
till
loved
this
Farewell.
day.
Yeah.
So overall, I think this is a solid album, but I'll go into it later on.
Okay. So I have Loud. Loud. It was not just an album, it was an era. It literally probably one of the most iconic Rihanna eras.
Red hair Rihanna.
Red hair
Yeah.
Rihanna.
Red hair
No one
Rihanna.
to this day say, "Oh, I want to dye my hair red." No.
Rihanna red. Yes.
Rihanna Red.
Like
And-
SZA orange.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Because when you watch her music videos, I mean, she's the only girl in the world and she's middle of that field with red hair. The color, the saturation.
Oh my God. I have such vivid memories of that.
Beautiful.
It's something in coming off of Rated R, which is a controversial album. Some people love it, some people don't, because it's dark, it's dramatic. It's, she went through this, post what's his face, and Loud comes in and she comes back to the pop charts. She reaches your elevation. She literally said, I have a quote, of why she named the album Loud. She
Why?
said on her website that was dedicated to her fans and her, get loud, everybody. Get crazy. Get excited. Because I'm pumped. I'm just gonna be me because that's what you guys feel and love the most.
Yes.
And that's what makes me feel the best.
Yes.
Just be normal. Normal for me
It's
is
a long
what?
quote.
Loud.
Yes.
Sassy. Fun. Flirty.
Is that a part of the quote? Or is that
energetic. This
you
is a quote.
adding?
This
Okay.
is a quote.
This is a
It's
very long quote.
Yeah, it's a quote that is kind of just explaining what the album is. And that is Loud.
Okay.
And this is why Loud is iconic. When people talk about Rihanna's albums, I feel like because there were so many, people kind of forget them. No one forgets Loud.
Nobody
one.
forgets Loud.
Everybody.
But also, there's imagery attached to Loud.
Yes.
that
Yes.
people, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I forgot to not be hyping up Loud.
I was saying the same thing. I was like, Loud is that girl, man. Loud. It was horrible.
Actually,
That was.
no. I wanted to argue Loud. So I mean, Loud was fire, but was it a little bit all the same?
Oh,
Interesting. Oh, okay. What? Elaborate on that, please.
I want to hear more.
Yes.
Huh? Yeah, let's just go ahead. The album itself, all the songs aren't the same. I have the list of the songs. So
Yes.
can you
Okay.
just tell me which ones?
You wrote back in. Okay.
Okay, Only Girl, What's My Name, Raining Men, Complicated. They all have the same feel. Like they just blend into one. Like if you like listen to them back to back, it's the same sound. She's not.
understand.
She's
I
not
agree.
giving
I agree.
variety. She's not giving me
Cohesion? Is that what you mean? You mean it's not just random genres and random sounds that has no
No.
cohesion and connection
But
to it?
no, her other albums, they have cohesion to it. It's just like she'll start off in one genre and then she'll like merge slowly into another.
I don't feel the merge slowly because I know you're talking about unapologetic. So unapologetic is not a move slowly through genres. Apologetic is you feel like it's already on shuffle. You didn't have to shuffle the
kind
album.
of. Yeah.
On shuffle.
So-
you send it through.
Yeah.
So
And
who
there
said
is no
unapologetic?
story. There is
Who
no
said unapologetic? We're talking about Loud.
But you said other albums. So I'm trying to figure out which albums are you trying to say has a cohesion that Loud does not.
Loud is just all the same genre. Whereas her other albums gives more variety. That's all I'm saying.
But that
let me not
means
try to
better.
defend Black.
Yeah, but doesn't mean just because people stick to one genre doesn't make it not good. If a country singer, her whole album is country,
I didn't say
doesn't
it.
make
For
it
a
not
pop
good.
artist, is it good?
And
Yes,
I'm not
it's
saying
all pop.
I'm not saying
No,
it's
but
not good. I'm just
necessarily
saying
for like Rihanna, is that truly-
Considering that she sold 8 million records worldwide,
I don't like
higher
you
than
at
all
all.
of you. Yeah, like it did work. Because I looked at raw numbers and worldwide sales, 8 million. Okay, it went the most platinum, like 7 times platinum. Okay, 3 times platinum for RIAA. So yeah, it did work. So that's what I'm saying. The cohesion that Loud has.
okay, but
and that has variation
not to take
enough.
away from her success, but were people just checking for her because of this is her first album after she's been, in this controversy? So people wanted to.
It seems like I feel like it was her
this
first
is her
light-hearted album
coming
after her
out.
controversy.
Yeah.
Rated R was so dark. It seemed like she was in a depressed
Upset.
state.
Yeah.
This is the first album she seemed kind of more lively.
And this is like, we were excited for this new Rihanna. We got a different hairstyle. We got a different look. Everything surrounding her, the build-up. This was her moment. Like, this was her. What is it, like you come back, like the comeback kid? This was the comeback album. And did she deliver? Yes. But
I feel like
was
Talk
it-
That Talk. But like,
was it, yeah, I was like, was it
it
revolutionary?
solidified it. You feel me?
Speaking to the mic.
Yes. Okay. No, I feel like Talk That Talk really just like cemented Rihanna as like, yes, you are here to stay. You are here to put in work.
Talk That Talk did that?
Yes. But
see-
You Found Love was always playing on the radio.
I just don't, the thing only time when you say that is just I don't see how she wasn't already cemented by Loud. You're just saying she's more cemented,
Yes.
but she's
okay.
already at the
No,
top. And you're
okay.
saying she's
She
just
was
more
at
top.
okay. Entering 2010 era for pop music, Rihanna was popping. Loud introduced that new sound of pop music. I feel like Talk That Talk really just elevated her sound and like pushed it even more into the direction of how pop is going nowadays.
Okay.
Especially for that decade.
This is how I feel about like Loud and To Talk That Talk. Loud was her. Before Loud, like strictly, people were just trying to box her into R&B, even though she's never really been that R&B. And then Loud was her first time kind of to break through in a pop sense, where people couldn't deny that she's pop, but they're still gonna put her in the R&B category, right?
I mean, she was
Tap that-
nominated for pop vocal album with Loud. So
Yes.
they allowed her to be fully pop.
Yeah, but she was also nominated in R&B categories as well for Loud.
But specific songs,
Okay.
not, but the whole album cohesion was pop.
Okay.
It was like What's My Name with Drake. And I feel like that does, it can get a little, and then All the Lights was not even on her album, but that's also what won during that year.
Okay. But I'm still saying that's Loud. But with Talk That Talk, it was now I'm like the precedent for pop. Whereas Loud, she was like, I'm
Exactly.
doing what
in pop.
In
Exactly.
pop.
Okay.
She's
I'm
like,
doing what everybody else is doing.
I'm pushing the boundaries of
Okay.
pop
I
music
don't, okay.
rather than I'm just a pop star.
I just don't see how Only Girl in the World is
Because it
what other
sounds like
girlies-
other girls. Because think about who was producing half those tracks. It was.
And where have you been? Like, if you think, where have you been? I've been everywhere. Like, I'm sorry. It's like, I just think of middle school. Where have you been? You the one. And, like, always playing. Like, on the radio. Not necessarily, like, yeah, Loud was playing a lot, but also Talk That Talk was
But
playing
I
for
was
3
thinking,
years
when I think of-
past Talk That Talk was released.
If we're gonna talk radio play, What's My Name from Loud is the only song that played all the time.
Only Girl in the World.
It only
played
Girl in the
all the
World.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those two.
But Talk That
From
Talk
Loud?
had at least three,
And-
4 singles
Wait,
playing all the
but
time.
I
Yes,
will
but
say-
S&M is a song that I couldn't play on the radio, but it's one of the most iconic songs that everybody knows the words
So, like,
to.
are you
It
going
was
to
literally-
debate or you're just going to sit here and talk? Because I feel like
Whoa,
Anti really could come
whoa.
and wreck us all, but you're being so quiet right now.
I was okay.
And you're not even debating for
Yeah, I was a bit debating for-
unapologetic, you're
Yeah.
debating for Talk
But
That
I was
Talk.
going to. before you interrupt.
Yeah,
me,
I
for
thought that
my
was a little.
for my radio play, because Diamonds was one of her biggest hits ever, and then also Stay would not get off my radio.
Ooh,
I hate that song too.
I didn't like Stay.
And I'm just like, okay,
Didn't both of them go diamond or?
yeah, both of them went diamond. And not all the songs go diamond, sweetie. She had 2 diamonds on one album.
Wait, which two went diamond?
Diamonds and Stay.
Oh wow, Diamond with Diamond. I loved Stay. Do you remember Work? Work.
Yes.
Do you remember how Work was always on the radio? Work.
Unfortunately.
Do we remember Love on the Brain? Do we remember
Ew.
how that one was on the radio?
That terrible song where she sounded horrible, like a
Yeah.
screechy donkey.
I don't
actually
like Love on the Brain.
Love on the Brain.
I'm sorry, Rihanna. I love you, but
I
don't know why they did.
That's the worst vocal performance she ever.
Yeah.
Oh, but then y'all also just don't like that because y'all don't like Sandcastles. Like y'all don't like
No.
No,
She's still
Sandcastles is
Ego.
horrible, and Ego.
I prefer
Yeah.
Eagle. I like Eagle's cool, but Sandcastles,
No, I like ballads. Those are just their weakest
No,
ballads.
yeah, I like.
But I
ballads.
feel like
There's
they're
a
all
certain
sung in a
vocal-
specific kind of way that it sounds like y'all just don't like.
No,
But
because I
it's-
like gravel.
I like gravelly voices.
They
'cause
have
it
other
sounds
songs
good.
where they're gravelly.
They're forcing a gravel, which is not good to me. Or like Rihanna just is not as good singer in the first place. She's not a
she
strong
was trying
singer.
to push it, and I like her
Really?
for risking.
She doesn't not.
I
But she doesn't sound good.
completely disagree.
I love Love on the Brain, and I don't mind how she sings it, because when I
How do you
hear
feel
other
about
people-
Higher then?
I like higher. I like higher better than
Okay,
Love on the Brain.
I don't know how you guys like Higher.
I like it better than Love on the
it's-
Brain, but it's still
I
not
don't
my
really
favorite.
care for that.
Wow,
song.
wow.
I don't really care for
wow. I completely disagree
It's
with
still low on
you
the list.
guys.
It's
Yeah,
still low on
yeah.
the list.
Those are out of like if we're like ranking like songs from that album, those are like on the top.
No.
For me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Those are towards the
Yeah.
top.
And see, this is why we have different albums that speak to us. Because
Yeah,
what?
I love.
But that's why.
But also, I don't listen to Rihanna for like her actually singing. I
Yeah,
listen
me
to her
either.
for bops.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
I think, see, here's the thing where it's why I love Rihanna in general. And I think it's like, in a way, it breaks all of our hearts to even battle against anybody else's album, is because Rihanna has hit literally everything. And I feel like, as a person, for someone who's like, I don't like Rihanna's music, I'm like, that's physically impossible.
Yeah.
She has something
Because
for you.
she's literally everything.
She has something for you. Like, no matter where you go.
Remember
you're
when
like,
she
pop,
did
pop, you
Same Old
depressed.
Mistakes? Remember when she redid Same Old Mistakes? That's for somebody. For
Oh yeah,
sure.
that's a rock
That's
star.
amazing.
Rock song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like every time I talk about people talk about Rihanna's best albums, Rihanna's best songs, it is so different. Like your ears are just so different.
Yeah.
Because even though I don't know, I can't read to the end. I can't
What? Well, you have to
Nothing.
say it now.
No.
She said, "I'm gonna put this behind."
because
Wait.
listening to these 4 albums where I would rank
where we
certain
would rank 'em?
albums. It surprised me, but when I was listening to all 4 albums,
Oh.
sometimes I feel like people's singles do not match the rest of the album.
Album. Yes.
Yeah, no.
And so I feel like certain albums are more cohesive, have more of a story, a flow that makes sense, so I could enjoy the full album. Certain albums that I felt like I like songs individually, but listening to it all together, I was like, you're taking a risk, but it's not really paying off
No,
for me
I
as an
didn't.
album.
I didn't think Anti would be my favorite, and then I listened to all of them, and I was like, "Oh no, this is the one I'm settling on."
As an
I
album,
love
as
Anti.
a cohesive album,
Really?
Yeah,
there's a
I think this is my
flow.
favorite. Yeah.
It is different in the right ways, and
I
it's
agree.
similar in the right ways. I feel like Unapologetic and even Talk That Talk, there are sections that are that works together, but when you listen from top to bottom, sometimes I feel like it's already on shuffle.
That's where
Oh
Yeah.
no,
I
it's
just
not a complete album, but I say it's a single album. She had her
For Talk That Talk.
yeah.
Oh.
She had her singles.
That's interesting that you
to
say that.
me,
Yeah.
To me,
Like
Talk
she
That
had
Talk,
singles from that album.
every Talk That Talk and Loud for
and just
me.
had hits because okay, this is my argument. During that time, people weren't releasing cohesive albums. Who was releasing a cohesive album where it was really like telling a story?
No one.
Besides like rappers and barely even rappers, they were just releasing hits because at that time, iTunes was ruling the charts and people didn't really buy albums like that. People just bought songs. So people, like artists at the time, were selling songs and singles. So that's what Rihanna did. She sold her songs, which she did well, in my opinion, for the album.
That's
So from
unapologetic.
2010. Okay.
Oh, that's how I feel about unapologetic as well. It wasn't really trying to tell a story. She was just trying to get. I'm a hit this genre. This is gonna get on this chart. This is gonna get on this chart. Because think about Pour It Up is on Unapologetic, and that was huge on like Power 106 and like the R&B and rap charts. Everyone was playing that. Everyone was mixing that into their like DJs when you go out to parties and everything.
They want club bangers.
Yeah, so Pour It Up played everywhere.
It did.
But
and I
single,
think that's why I like Anti, because it didn't feel like, I mean, it's not bad that if you want to make songs to be on charts, whatever you need. People make music for different reasons, right? But I feel like this album, it was very just her, and she was like, I'm just gonna make, because even I forgot there was some like.
Can you say it's really just her though? I can argue it really wasn't just her.
To me, that wasn't Rihanna's album.
I feel like it was Travis Scott's album
because he literally produced it top down, so he made it cohesive. Because he does that for all his albums. He's known for
That's why Travis
But
Scott
all
is
of her
the
albums
GOAT.
are then. If you're using that argument, none of her albums are her albums.
No,
I'm not saying like she made it by herself.
I'm saying no, because all the other albums, she has like 5 different producers working. Like, you know, like
I'm
a
saying
whole
this
bunch.
feels most authentic to her, like the feeling,
Which she
like
have
her.
said, and she's
Yes.
Rihanna herself has said that.
I didn't even know she said that.
Anti?
Yeah, I'm not saying she put all this together and she did, but I'm just saying as a feeling that this album gave me, it felt like a very true and honest album to her, like to her soul.
Oh, you mean like the lyrics and everything?
Like she handpicked
feel
like every
it's something
song for
that
herself.
She won, yes, like even like
Okay.
let's even say
I
she
can
had
see
10 people on one song.
I
It
get that.
felt
I can
like
see that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, that's what I get that, but I'm saying it's still because this is how I feel. The rest were she didn't have a lot to say. She was a machine. Like this is her person. What is it called? This is Rock Nation. This is her team saying
Def
this
Jam.
is a hit. We're choosing this for you. Anti, she had more creative control. That's why she was able to say, I want to work with Travis on this album. But I'm saying what helped her create a cohesive. It wasn't just her, but she had like Travis to like help push this out of her, and she had other people on the team.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. I
agree.
I'm saying for cohesion, but if we're talking about
I didn't say anything about cohesion.
Oh, okay.
Then what?
So
What are we talking about? You guys just said it was the most cohesive album.
I didn't say that.
I said there's more cohesion than Unapologetic and Talking the Talk is less cohesive than Anti and Loud to me.
Yeah.
Loud, I don't feel like it's necessarily that cohesive.
But are we
in comparison,
She said that.
Okay, but I think in comparison to these two albums, Unapologetic and Talk That Talk, I think Loud and Anti are more. I don't feel like it's on shuffle already as much. I feel like Loud is a more pop album. She has like when Man Down, which people like to forget, but Man Down.
Who forgets Man Down?
No one forgets
Man
you.
Down.
Forget that.
People like to forget about Man Down. And when people talk about Loud, they focus on What's My Name, which I think everybody knows the iconic milk spilling on the floors. Like even though like there's Take Care, around that time, What's My Name really set up that Rihanna Drake whoa, this is like
magic.
Yeah.
And I feel like S&M was such a controversial song because you couldn't play on the radio, but it would have, because in the clubs it did play when they were allowed to play it, because it was literally banned in 11 countries. And I feel like Loud, even though it was like her first like real full pop, I think she's like, I think it set a pop bar for her, because she was able to push it to boundaries already with Loud, because things were happening. Like she was like doing something a little bit different than everybody, all these other pop girls were doing.
Wait, what? Can you say that again?
I think she was able to push, like I think Loud set her pop bar. Like all the other,
I don't, because during this time, Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, and Britney were out, and they were doing the same exact thing. Loud was amazing for, like, it was good. Like, it was one of my favorite albums by Rihanna. But when we're comparing it to everybody else who was putting out music at that time,
I'm comparing it to Rihanna's bar against Rihanna's pop bar to herself.
okay, then I don't. Still, you're saying this set her.
I disagree because
Yeah.
Good Girl Gone Bad
Yeah.
really set
Umbrella?
her pop bar.
Are you saying this is like her best
Disturbia?
pop album?
I think it is her best pop album.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I guess we just.
I'm
That's
only-
just preference then,
That
because
is
I like
preference.
Talk That Talk. Oh, I don't know. Never mind. I like both.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's the best, but what I was gonna say about
When I say that, because I mean not just focusing on the singles, but when I listen to all of Loud and all of Talk That Talk has a lot of more R&B influence. So Loud to me
Talk
comes
That
through.
Talk and Loud sounds similar sounds to
Talk
me.
That Talk
it
is
doesn't.
very pop heavy, has very EDM,
Yeah.
dubstep influence around the time. That's when dubstep and EDM
The
is getting
only-
its hype. That's why I say Talk That Talk is very experimental and people weren't ready for that.
Our-
Talk That Talk, but that was the sound
Her more
that
R&B
became popular
albums-
in like 2012 and 2013.
But her more R&B albums are anti and unapologetic.
Yes.
Unapologetic,
Yeah.
she just had more experimentation in the production.
Yes.
But those are her R&B heavy
Talk
albums.
is very Talk That Talk is very pop,
and
but
Loud is very pop.
underscore R&B influence, but barely.
But in
there's
the-
like 2-3 songs.
Loud has underscore R&B like
influence all her songs.
in complicated. What's my name? Fading, S&M. Like they all have the R&B
R&B.
influence to it. So I wouldn't say like Loud is the pop like
Yeah.
standard.
I'm not-
I would say Talk That Talk and Loud are like the same. To me.
They have the
I
same
don't
sound.
I don't feel like they have the same sound. I do feel when I listen to Talk That Talk compared to Loud, I do feel like there's more undertones that are different to me. I still think
more EDM.
I would claim Talk That Talk as a pop album more than any other genre. I just think like she hits pop better on Loud.
I
Other
feel
th-
like she entered more into like the techno dance field with Talk That Talk.
Sorry, can I see the songs like was on Talk That Talk?
Okay.
She like collab You the One, Where Have You Been? That song with Calvin Harris.
Yeah.
Like literally she dominated the dance world. Like that's when she entered into the dance genre.
Oh yeah,
Only
she did
Girl
the
in the World and SNL also played because there was also remixes
But,
of
like-
those. Those are also played in the clubs.
But like not remix, like it's literally the original track, not the remix. Like house music, EDM,
But those
dubstep, like that subgenre of house, like not necessarily, yeah, like house, EDM, more the white side of house music, not the black side of house music. That's what I'm saying. She started to dominate that genre more.
And
But
I
she
like
wasn't
the
dominating.
remixes of those songs.
No, I'm
too, in the
saying, but
clubs.
not the remixes, but her actually producing the songs originally from her albums, just going straight to the club, like the track straight to the club without any remixes.
Okay, so are we considering pop and EDM separate then?
They are separate.
Yeah. So you're saying that these songs are more EDM?
EDM, yeah, EDM pop because she entered that field. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm
okay.
saying that Loud is just more pop to me. Like Only Girl in the World, I feel like is one
But
of the
okay,
it's just
but-
it's a pure pop sound.
There's
to
no
me.
pure
pop
pop, though.
sound because what is pop?
Pop is just the popular music at the time.
Because like EDM at the time is becoming more pop.
That's why we all.
That's how I was saying she was introducing that EDM house sound to the pop world.
Because
she's being more progressive.
that's
in
why
that album.
I argue Unapologetic was like the serious mixture of
everything.
everything, because at that time the EDM house music was popular, but then R&B was starting to
Yeah.
get popular.
Yes.
So she literally meshed it together and was like, I am giving you everything. And like that's why I think it's her.
That's why I say Talk That Talk was her starting point of her being the say-so of how the pop industry moves.
Yeah, and then by Unapologetic, she was able to push this forefront of this is the sound and I'm pushing this sound. This is what I want to make. And I think it's more iconic. Even though people didn't check for it, but I just
Like she kind of introduced Future with that album. A lot of people didn't know who Future was.
yeah.
She helped introduce Future, and look at Future now, like to the mainstream white audience. Like
I know.
Love Song helped him
And,
propel his career.
like even like fresh out the runway. Like I don't. The
she had
sound
iconic moments from that album. Still,
I think that's her most iconic when it talks about songs that were just different because they weren't all the same. Whereas
like they weren't all the same in that album. Like
in the album, or I've never heard her. There's no songs that sound like any other songs on her other album. That's her most.
Oh, okay.
Like it's standalone. I'm different, and I'm making music just to
From
make music.
everybody else or from herself?
Both. Because think of what
So you're saying Unapologetic is the most different from her
rest of her catalog.
I
Really?
agree.
Yes. Nothing else sounds like Unapologetic. And that's why people don't check for it. That's why if you look at rankings for Unapologetic, it's for by taste. Like some people rank it super, super low, and some people rank it super, super high because it's just so eclectic. It's very different, and people weren't ready for different. But then if you go listen to Unapologetic now and then listen to like songs that came out years later, they might have stuck to a sound, but it came from Unapologetic. Because I think of I compare it Unapologetic to Sweetener, to Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Some people there's people stands of it, and then there's people who cannot stand it. It's just your taste. And I think Unapologetic, for my taste, I really enjoy Unapologetic because it was her taking a risk, her just welcoming her stardom. Like, I can make whatever type of music I want.
That's how I feel about Anti.
She didn't take no
Is that
risk.
she's not necessarily the risk, but the same as like her being like, I'm going to do what I want.
I get that
I can
feeling
see
from
that.
Anti, where she's like, I'm making music for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think she had creative control.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same Anti, I get a little not bored,
Really?
but a little
I think you're just used to it because it's just been playing on everyone's playlist for so long.
no, but when I first heard it, I knew the songs that stood out to me, and I knew songs that I don't need to come back to. Whereas with Loud and Talk That
I
Talk,
feel you.
I listened to those albums front to back, up to bottom, front to back.
Really?
Yes.
I don't feel that way.
Don't feel
I
that
don't
way
feel
at
that
all.
way.
I don't know. For Talk
Especially-
That Talk, it's just so nasty. I think I liked it so much because it was so
Maybe.
nasty.
It was wrong.
She was
No.
so
I
nasty in that album.
I love nasty Rihanna.
I love it.
But
I don't
don't
like how
listen
she
to-
did it in those.
No.
Yeah.
I like the full Talk the Talk.
Like,
I don't
what
like-
songs
yeah. I
don't like
do you
I
don't
don't like
like?
Anti-
Because I know which songs I don't like from that Talk That Talk.
Anti, there's 5-6 songs that I don't listen to. Like, I probably listened to
Okay,
once
see,
in my
the
life.
thing is, okay, I also felt, honestly, going to Anti, I was like, I'm probably gonna be like, oh, these 4 songs, yeah, they're great. And then I listened to it twice back to back, and I was like, no, I like most of this
Because
album.
I hate Pose. I hate Pose, and people love Pose.
How does Pose?
Yeah, a lot of people, like, when you added it into our
I
playlist.
love that
Wait,
song.
how
you
did
add-
Pose the short one that's just like, yeah. I mean, yeah,
I like that song. It's like a good dance song.
I don't
that's the
really
one with like
like-
only 3 lyrics in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't really
I
like
like that.
James Joint.
I like James Joint. I like that.
That's
I
one of my
think,
favorite
honestly,
songs from the
I
album.
wanna be.
Yeah, it's like a good like interlude type of song.
I think the only song I'm really
think
not the
I-
biggest fan is probably Goodnight Gotham, but I think that's
See,
only because
I
I
like
can't fully
Goodnight Gotham.
remember how it goes.
For
right
me,
I
So-
like Goodnight Gotham. Though
but I like
don't
this
like-
is
I
the only
hate-
album I think of Rihanna
Her-
that I can just go and well, actually no, that's
her
a lie. That's a lie.
standouts, her like to me, her standouts are, of course, Work, but Work is overplayed. But her standouts will Work.
Work is good though.
Kiss It
I like
Better.
this like Anti's one of my favorite albums by her. For me, it's I Hate Love on the Brain. She sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Higher and Close to You. Those are like the only songs I don't like. I know those are the songs. you
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
right?
'Cause
Crazy to me.
To me, her best songs on the album was Consideration, Kiss It Better, Sex with Me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I mean, that's a choice. You know, we
But-
all have our
and then-
opinions.
Honestly, Consideration, when I listened to it again recently, I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to listen to the demo, honestly.
Okay.
No offense, because I was like, you just can hear SZA all over that song.
Yeah.
yeah.
like-
I mean, but I like it.
No, I
But I like it, yeah.
like it.
She's
But I was
just
just
saying
like,
she doesn't need Rihanna in it.
Oh.
no, yeah.
That's what she
Okay.
was saying.
Like that's all. Like Rihanna sounds good, but I was like, this is just such a SZA. Like this is when I can hear SZA's style changing
Mhm.
because like her style wasn't always like that
Personal
coin
opinion.
control style. But I was like, I really want to just hear the demo.
Personal
version
opinion.
now.
I like pop Rihanna more than R&B Rihanna. So that is why I don't like
I don't know
Anti
which
as
one I
much.
like. I think I want
I
to say I
know
like
for a
R&B Rihanna more. but that's also just in this moment. I could play all her songs right now
because
and change
a
my
lot
mind.
of people, I know a lot of people hate pop Rihanna and hate like the EDM style of Rihanna.
I got tired of that, but I also think it's because it's 2020.
Yeah,
I think if it was 4 years ago, I wouldn't have had a problem with it.
Exactly.
Okay, so
No, but even like 4 years ago, people were like, "Ew, thank you." Finally, like when Unapologetics kind of came out and like Anti came out, people were like, "Oh, finally Rihanna started doing R&B again."
Because that's why
people were tired of like that talk
Black
era.
people bought Unapologetic. That's why it didn't have much
Yes,
of
people love Unapologetic.
But her white audience was not vibing with Unapologetic. But in the clubs, Love Song and Pour It Up was like, and then
there.
the white people bought Stay and Diamond as singles. They didn't buy her whole album like that. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Talk that talk. I don't know. It's just like for 6 straight.
I knew this battle was gonna be hard because now
like,
we're all fighting
until we go
I could
like
fight
we
for each album
all
in a
want
different way.
love. I don't really care for that song, but I know people love that
We
song.
all
Yeah, people love that song. We all
want the same thing.
Yeah, I hate that song.
I don't
but,
think
like,
I'm the
from
biggest
You
fan of
One,
Talk That
Where
Talk.
Have You Been? We Found Love. Talk That Talk. Cockiness. I personally love Cockiness.
Same.
And she has a remix with A$AP Rocky, which is fire. And then Birthday Cake, which she has a remix with, we won't say his name, but that is fire.
Oh, yeah.
as
I think
well.
out of the 4, Talk That Talk might be my least favorite.
because to me,
And then Drunk on Love and Rock Me Out and Watch and Learn. I don't know. It's just so fire.
It's personal
me,
preference.
Yeah,
It
because
is.
We're
to
not-
me, I think Talk That Talk has some of the greatest singles.
Yeah, no, the singles are
but
great.
I don't. I wouldn't go to Talk That Talk to
How do
listen.
we disagree on that?
because the
though?
singles are the least favorite.
Those are my least favorite singles. I
But
rather
it's the
loud.
way y'all hate
I-
Love on the Brain Hot, like that's baffling to me. Like I just,
Yeah,
I
I
get
rather
it.
loud singles like
Yeah.
Only Girl and What's My Name are better singles than
Yeah.
Those are
I
good
know, but I'm
singles.
saying when I listen to Talk That Talk, right? I think because the singles are like, I feel like when she does that more like, she does a lot of EDM and pop. And I think that
And she does reggae in this album too.
Yeah. But I think there's certain songs that really hits for me and the ones that don't. And the ones that don't. And I feel like I like the singles, but the other ones like on Unapologetic. And I need to see it with the songs. But there's the EDM songs on that album, not for it. Like,
Oh yeah, no. When I was
if I'm
listening to
to
it,
Rihanna pop, I would never go to the Unapologetic.
But that's not like EDM at all.
no, I do.
no.
But when I was listening to that album, right, and I was like, literally, a song would play, and I'd be like, oh, I like this, and they'd go, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, all right.
Like, do you guys like
okay,
dubstep?
Beyond.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
talking
I
about
like it. I
I'm talking
love
about
it.
EDM, like when I'm talking about Rihanna's EDM songs, like that dance hall of Rihanna, I would never go to Unapologetic songs from that. I will go to the other albums
But
before that one.
what albums were that EDM though? I feel like Unapologetic was the only one that kind of was like
Yeah.
like nothing else.
That was the most
that was
dubstep.
Unapologetic was the dubstep.
I mean, I think it was her most dubstep.
Because
It-
Talk That
and
Talk was
most
just
of the
like Pat
dubstep.
Calvin Harris, really.
Yeah.
And then like if it was just a little dance house influence to it, but it was like very kind of pop influential, but
oh yeah,
don't
and
know.
Jump would play everywhere.
I freaking hate Jump.
Let's do it. I like Jump.
Oh, that one. Yeah. See, I was like,
I'm going
okay,
numb.
all right,
I'm
okay.
going numb. I love that
Oh,
song.
I love that song. I'm
Okay,
not gonna lie.
okay.
I do
Regardless,
like that
regardless,
song.
she has "Ain't Nobody's Business" on this album, and that is why people were
On Unapologetic?
upset
Yes.
about Unapologetic, and people refused to buy it because they didn't want to
People
support.
forget that she kind of dated that man again.
Yeah.
But
oh boy.
Yeah, but I don't care that he's on the album, right?
Yeah.
Still not one of my favorite albums. Like,
Yeah.
That's not the reason. I'm saying
Yeah.
that's not the reason. Like listening to the album
What
and
Now was on
listening
here
to the
too.
songs,
I like that song
I would not buy Unapologetic.
because Right Now is on it, and this is what is on Unapologetic too, and that's with David Guetta, and that's more like dubsteppy.
Yeah, I don't. Not one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Of Rihanna's.
I don't know. I really enjoy Unapologetic because it's different and it's not the same as all her other stuff. It's just it stands out, and I get why people wouldn't like it, but
I guess
It
that.
stands out, but, that's, for me in my ear, it doesn't stand out in a positive
way.
Yeah.
That's why I said I feel like
it's a risk.
I feel like it's a sweetener, whereas sweetener did not vibe with my ear, but for people,
they love
sweetener. And
Okay.
I think,
Let's start with ranking, like the albums, like personally.
Okay, personally,
These four.
Yeah.
okay, but this doesn't have. We were arguing for different. Did we even do each other's? I feel like we were arguing for each other at different times. This was a hard battle, guys, because we all love.
It's Rihanna.
Yeah.
But okay,
We all love like I feel like for me, all these albums spoke to me differently.
yes.
I think
all
Anti
these
supposed to be the
albums.
most. Okay, I think for ranking, I'm gonna do Anti, Loud, Unapologetic, Talk That Talk. I think that's what I'm gonna go with for mine.
Okay.
And I don't think that one's very...
should we rank based on you personally liking the albums and then also how
did we
argue our topics? Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, me personally, that's how that one is.
Okay.
But
So-
what about arguing?
No, yeah, she said both.
Oh, both.
Oh no, I
Oh.
said for how I feel about. Wait, what do you mean? Just
Arguing like how
who
I
had the
presented-
best
See, the thing
argument.
is,
It's just-
y'all three. It was a lot of. So I don't know
Oh.
who was arguing what at a certain point.
That is
Honestly,
That's
at a
very
certain
true.
point,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what you guys are fighting about. So,
That's
but I
true.
think if we're going just
Because-
album, that's how I feel.
because there was so much.
I just
Okay.
feel like it depends on your ear. I feel like
It
it's
is.
not.
And the time.
I feel like
and-
Rihanna is one of the most like.
diverse.
It's not. She's one of those artists that to me there is no objective truth.
I agree.
There's not objective.
She's so diverse. Her catalog is so diverse. And
But I can still argue like who had the better
Genre.
argument for their album and the setting.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that's what she
honestly,
was
let's just
saying.
do personal. Let's just do personal.
Okay, because I was. Oh, never mind. I was like, who won the battle? That's what.
Yeah, that's what I was
thought
like. Who won the battle? Like at the end of the day, who should we let the audience
listeners
decide?
who has the best.
Yeah, sure. Go to our Instagram.
Yeah, go to our
Comment.
Instagram and comment down below who won the battle because
We honestly did a horrible job of fighting for our own albums.
yeah.
Everybody defended some other album
at one
So
some
who do you
point.
guys think?
So
Who do you guys think won the battle, or what
what's your
album is
favorite?
the best album in
Yeah.
your opinion?
I think it's honestly just off of best album
Yeah.
because yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
comment.
what's your ranking?
Personally, surprisingly, I like Anti the best out of the
Really?
four albums.
Why is it
Because
surprisingly?
going into this, she said that wasn't her favorite.
I've never because you know what? Because to me,
Interesting.
Anti doesn't necessarily have the best singles. So when I think about certain albums,
What's the singles?
Love on the Brain.
Work, Needed Me.
Yeah.
I love
Needed Me.
I forgot to
Fire.
list that as one of my favorites.
Yeah.
On
But-
Anti.
oh,
Needed
yeah.
Me.
Yeah, I also just want to, because anyway.
Can you do that? Whatever you're gonna say, that you was like, this is gonna end it or something. Remember earlier?
You were saying something. You were like, no.
You're like, I'll save it.
for the
Save
end.
it.
I was just so curious.
No, it was my love of Anti.
Oh,
That's why I kind of
okay.
was like, technically, Rihanna did say herself, this is her favorite
Oh,
album.
that's what. She
She
okay.
did for the most upset. But then with Loud, she said this Loud was the album that she had the least stress about releasing. Like she
Okay.
knew like, oh yeah, like I'm releasing Loud and it's
Okay.
gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
That
That
makes
makes
sense.
sense. That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, because she just really wanted to like. She was like, I'm tired, Loki. She was like, I'm tired of being depressed, and so I'm gonna like release an album that's just loud, fun, and it's gonna be. I want to enjoy and have fun, and like her tour was amazing, one of her most successful tours. And
I
one,
wish I could have experienced
I want to
that.
go to
That
a
sounds
Rihanna
fun.
tour.
yeah, and opening acts was J. Cole, and I'm just imagine seeing J. Cole in his early days, and then
Ooh.
Rihanna. That would have been really
Oh,
cute.
J. Cole open. That's cute.
Yeah, it would have been really cute.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I surprisingly like Anti the most out of the four albums because originally when Anti came out, I was like, I mean, none of the songs individually shook me to my core. I thought as like at the time compared to like other singles, I was like, I'm sorry, but when only girl in the world comes on, I am transported to that field, and I am the only girl in the world.
Sometimes think like when it's like louder, older albums, I don't know if it's because it's actually good or if it's nostalgia.
Yeah. And
but I don't care to decide.
Loud is
I
so
know,
good.
okay, because of the I know how I felt when these albums came out.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not just nostalgia.
Yeah.
Because some of these,
Okay.
like Loud and Talk That Talk, I was not in love with. Like, I listened to them, but I was not, like, Talk That Talk was my moment when I was younger. But going back and, like, feeling how I felt and listening to these, I'm like, oh, okay. I know how. I'm like,
No, yeah. I just remember Loud. I was like, oh my gosh, Rihanna really is that girl. Because at first I was like, oh yeah, Rihanna's cool. But I was like, Loud, amazing album. And I think Talk That Talk, I wanted to defend it because I think it just solidified my love for Rihanna, honestly. But people hated that album. But I like it. I think it's a solid album.
okay.
What was your ranking? Did you finish?
No, I did.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it was Anti. Then I would go. Overall, I would go Loud, and then Talk That Talk and Unapologetic kind of go back and forth to me because I like the R&B songs of Unapologetic. The rest can go, and then Talk That. Actually, I'm gonna go Unapologetic because I really love the few songs that are on that album more than the overall of Talk That Talk. Like, I would rather listen to Pour It Up than what is like where have you been?
Yeah, my life is there. Where is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
You got it.
No, I think we all know the song.
my order is Talk That Talk probably is my favorite. Then Loud. I go back and forth between Loud and Talk That Talk, switch up and down.
Okay.
And then it would be Anti, and then it would be Unapologetic. But technically, I've listened to Unapologetic more than any of these albums.
Did you just rank your album the lowest?
Why is that confusing? We were just
Okay.
we're just battling.
I just wasn't expecting that.
Really?
Yeah.
And even the way I argued and I was struggling?
I mean, yeah, but just for I just thought maybe.
No,
Okay.
Unapologetic is a good album, but out of these four.
Okay. Yeah, you do
if
just
we
like to
think
speak.
about it.
Yeah, you do just like to like.
I just
argue, so.
didn't want rated R in it because it was like definitely rated R was like not a conversation.
Okay.
No offense to rated R, but compared to those three, I was just thinking I don't even know how
Okay.
it's going to be argued.
Okay.
Between, you know what I mean? I don't know, but that's a personal preference for me because I think Unapologetic was more iconic than rated R.
Interesting.
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 It
I don't, but interesting.
Well, if you think about it, Stay and Diamonds are diamonds.
Individual songs. I
But as an
But like
album-
Rihanna's an individual single track artist. She's not necessarily an album artist.
because rated R, what's on?
I know, but I like, that's what I'm saying. I like when I go back to Rihanna's, like, oh my gosh, when I come across the rated R songs, I forget like how much I really love the few songs from rated R. I really love those songs.
This what's crazy is rated R is one of the most forgettable albums.
When I listened to Rated R, I was like, wow, this was really that 2000 whatever Lady Gaga
like I
time.
love Rude
Yeah.
Boy, Russian Roulette.
Those are Rude Boy, Russian Roulette.
What else is
I don't
on
know
that
what else
album?
is on that album. Whereas other albums, I
Go
can be
Hard.
like,
I'm
I
so hard.
didn't like that song.
What?
And
I've never heard
Run This
anybody say
Town
that.
Tonight. I don't even think that's her album. But that era of Rihanna, I didn't like.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Okay.
Run This Town was one of the worst songs ever.
Really?
That came. Yeah.
What are you
I
literally
love-
saying?
That's one of my favorite collab songs, like of that era.
Yeah, no, that was
I
one of
knew
my least
all of
favorite.
the lyrics. I literally knew
this
all
is
of
the time
Jay-Z's,
when I'm telling you,
Kanye's.
that's how even I know because even Loud and Talk That Talk Rihanna time, I liked Rihanna, but was not my favorite. Like I rather listen to someone else, except for Only Girl was my song, you know.
Okay.
But then Talk That Talk, I've always gone back to that album. And then I'm like, oh, okay. But technically, because this girl bought me the Unapologetic CD, I just always heard it. And that's why I know it so well.
That's true.
But it's not my favorite. But then, Anti is just a good, cohesive album. You can't. It's just good. But it doesn't, there's a lot of songs I don't like on it. Like, but the songs I like.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
Okay.
What's so funny?
I just love Rihanna. I just love Rihanna.
She's good.
I just love her.
Honestly, talking about it, it's just like heartbreaking putting them all against each other.
It's hard.
Because it's who you like partial to. Like, what version of Rihanna are you partial to?
Yeah.
And that's how I knew I liked pop Rihanna more than R&B Rihanna.
I think in this moment right now, tomorrow might be different. I think I like R&B Rihanna more.
I think I like
or R&B
non-pop,
Rihanna.
Like Rihanna.
Yes.
Because I like the R&B Rihanna, but then Russian Rated R, I like that album. I don't know. It's a lot of weird sounds happening.
Ooh, I just thought about it more.
I don't know if that's like R&B, if that's just like, there's some rock in there. But I like that
non-pop Rihanna, yeah.
So I think I just prefer a non-pop.
I can't even say that.
Because the pop songs are good, but I think the only issue with pop songs is it's easy to get tired of them quicker, just in general. So I feel like sometimes I rather like coming across other albums. Coming across Anti again, I was like, wow, like I really do love these other songs on the album that weren't like the singles that got played out. I don't feel like other albums
That's how I
stood
felt,
up to that feeling.
Yeah. I remember first listening to Anti, like when it first came out, be like, yeah, I know it's cool, whatever. And then last night listening to it twice, I was like, I love this. This is amazing.
So you haven't listened to the album since it came out originally?
No, I listened to it when it came out, and then last night I listened to it twice.
The full thing.
See, that's opposite. That album has not been on my playlist or been in my shuffle since it dropped. Do you feel me?
The only songs I've listened to,
it's like it's been consistently in my ear.
I guess all of these out of these 4 albums, consistently in my ears. I've never taken a break from any of them.
Oh, for me?
I've never.
Anti's the only one I haven't taken a break from.
Really? Because it's in my shuffle, so I've heard at least 4 songs from each album in the past 6 or 7 months consistently.
Oh, really?
I think that's why I think Talk the Talk might actually be my least favorite, because when I think about my shuffle, right? And when songs from certain albums come on, what I skip or what I don't skip. What's My Name? There's times to skip it if it's not in the mood, but I will listen to What's My Name. I'll listen to Only Girl in the World. I will listen to Pour It Up. I will listen to Love in the Brain, Higher, whatever comes up. But I'm trying to think about what songs from Talk That Talk that I would really pause unless I'm in I don't.
Yeah, that's what's crazy, because that's the one. Me. That's the one that comes up the most for me. Talk That Talk.
Yeah, those
well, let me say mine.
Oh yeah, let's.
So Anti is number 1. Talk That Talk is number 2. What is it? Loud is number 3, and 4 is Unapologetic.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Because Talk That Talk has a special place in my heart. Honestly, Talk That Talk, the single, fire.
Yes.
People don't. Jay-Z killed that.
Okay, Jay-Z and Rihanna,
I don't even like Jay-Z like that, but whenever they collab,
best thing.
it's a good collab in my opinion.
Yeah, except for Run This Town.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Incorrectness. Let's just wrap.
So,
Opinion.
thank you guys for listening to our podcast. We have a YouTube channel you can check out. It's called Talking Gems Pod.
I think it's just Talking Gems.
Talking Gems. Okay. It's called Talking Gems. We have an Instagram and Twitter. The Twitter is gems_talking. Our Instagram is Talking Gems Podcast. Yeah, subscribe, review, and like.
Let us know.
Great.
Let us know
what you
who
feel
won or what is your favorite album.
Yeah, it might be neither of these 4, and you've been watching.
You're gonna say
you're probably upset. How did we not say Good Girl Gone Bad?
I feel like that's the album's gonna be the most
controversial.
How can you talk about her best albums and not talk about that?
Yeah. If you do have an album that's not talked about, voice it.
Should we do the other 4?
No.
Okay.
We should. We should do
eventually just be 4-4 because it has the range.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess you can.
Check us out.
I want to. Okay.
I want Rated R.
But
also, I
want Music of the Sun.
Sorry, we're supposed to be ending this.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Okay. But thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.